Hello, on this Akhier, and we've got another 7-day roguelike to review. Made in under 7 days for the 7-day roguelike challenge. And Penetrator is a Pico 8 remake of a game that the person made in 2013. It was made in between 8 and 12 hours and is the person's first attempt at making a Pico 8 game or using Lua. Those excuses out of the way, outstanding issues with the game. No procedural generation, no sound. The NPCs had to be removed because they were getting weird errors. Therefore, no way to die, and map doesn't reset when you finish the game. So yeah, there's a few things. Let's boot it up. And it makes noises. So that's cute. Oh, and this is just on the website. Once again, another one of these. I actually kind of like them. Once again, I'm using Chrome. Okay, so C is X, I guess, maybe? Picked up armor. Picked up coin. Is that a weird thing with the eye there? I think so. Oh yeah, the eye of the dude is apparently a blank spot, transparent spot, so when you're over the coin, you actually get the coin peeking through. It's interesting. Use key to unlock door. Using stairs. Going through. There's a key over there. Huh. Ooh, door unlocked. Ooh, what's this? Picked up a potion. I guess that makes sense. A big sword. Looks nice, at least. Oop, there's the key. That's clever. Huh, I wonder how far this goes. Probably not that far since it's not procedurally generated, and it's a little hard to set up a bunch of levels when you don't have procedural generation going on. We don't have a key yet, so obviously we can't go there. So this is a level that will involve backtracking. That's the thing. Huh. Interesting. That's a long area. Because you notice the hallways have this thing where it's blank to the sides. And this is actually part of the room because it's got the brick wall pattern. It's an interesting design choice. Pick up the coins, going along here, going along here. They're all just kind of placed there. That's a bit weird of a placement. Moving on, moving on. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of backtracking like that. It tends to be a little more acceptable for me if it's a procedurally generated game, just because in that case, it wasn't intended. Someone didn't like specifically go and like, you will backtrack all this. Rather, it was more of a, oops. We kind of put these right next to each other. I guess you gotta backtrack. Which feels a lot better for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I have to actually pick them up. And also the backtracking that happens because you're an idiot and go the wrong way also doesn't count for anything. There's actually quite a few levels. I wasn't expecting that. There's the key door. Yeah, this is another one of those. It's always been one of those things with like Zelda and whatnot. It's like you get the key that looks exactly like every other key. You can use them on any of the doors, but mysteriously they break. That's some police going by or some other emergency service. Which, just a bit annoying. There we go, and they're by. Get the key right off the bat. I do have to wonder how deep this is. Especially since apparently all these are handcrafted. Though that is one of those things, like, when it says it isn't procedural generation, does that mean that they're specifically setting everything up? Or what? Yeah, that would be it. Because even if it's non-random, like it keeps throwing the same thing, it would still be procedurally generated if you're procedurally generating it. The one of the possibilities that I've thought about in the past is when you're doing a thing, procedurally generate the levels until you find one you like, and then basically export that level and just use that. I almost do that when I'm testing my games anyway, as I very much like to have determinative dungeon generators where if you give it the same input, it will create the same dungeon every time, which the input is the seed. Well, there we go. And the random number generator just goes, okay, we'll go with that. Well done, you've completed Dungeon Penetrator. Sorry it sucks. Now don't say that. That's never a good thing to say about your own stuff. Even if the game does suck, there's someone out there that won't mind it. I couldn't finish in time. Okay. Now, first of all, completeness. This actually has nothing to... Well, that's a good question. Nope. Instructions. Completeness. Obviously missing features. Yep, okay. So, actually, let's bring up the Chrome. So, completeness. There are obvious missing features. Period. End of story. Aesthetics. Everything seems to work pretty well. The controls are a little bit, I don't know, okay, whatever. Like, X, this is an X. I have to use C for it for some reason. I have no clue what. At least these are actual arrow keys. But yeah, relatively good. Fun. Going back to this, since this is the best way to do it. Yeah. It wasn't quite worth my time. It was interesting to play, but it's not quite at the point where I'd say play it. So yeah. Innovation? No, it doesn't have that. The platform that it was run in might be a thing, but not. That's not quite the same thing. Scope? Yeah, it's what I expect from a 7-day roguelike. That's okay. And roguelikiness. Ironically, if everything had been completed, this would have scored a 3. But it's not a roguelike. It's missing many major features of a roguelike, like combat. So, yeah. Sort of a thing. Sort of a thing. Anyway. As I mentioned at the start, it's just one of those website things, so bada bing, bada boom. The link for that will be in the description down below, along with the link to my playlist for all these reviews, which, yes, once again, down below. Anyway, this is Akhier, and I'm signing off.